My name is Nikki Songer, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on buying a home versus renting. I rented an apartment for 3 years just out of high school with one of my friends, and I just recently bought a new house. I pay the same amount now than I did for my apartment. Seeing the visualization that my money is now going towards building equity instead of sinking money into something that will never be mine really makes me mad, thinking about how I could have saved so much more money staying at home and saving up money to buy a house many years ago. I love being able to personalize my home to my taste. I have a lot of fun making it my own space. I like earning money from my job to buy things to improve my home. I receive a sense of fulfillment from this. Buying a home and spending your time and money on things for your home really gives you pride of ownership. Being able to do these things gives you joy and the feeling of having it all figured out. When renting an apartment, it's hard to cope with very little personal space. You're on top of your neighbors constantly, hearing everyone's business in your whole complex. You can't have pets, and you're constantly being disturbed by neighbors. I remember constantly getting in arguments with my neighbors about noise complaints and never being able to get along with them because of it. With all of these pros, when it comes to buying a home, of course, there are a few cons. With renting, there are lower costs up front, where with buying, you have to put at least 3% down, and even more if you want your payment to be lower. With renting, there is no maintenance done by yourself. There's always someone who works for the apartment complex that comes and fixes things, but the downfall of that is that it's not always in a timely fashion. Where if you have your own house, you can fix it on your own time, and it'll probably be a better standards and more timely. Uncertainty of income. When you're renting an apartment, you can always move back home or move to a different apartment that's cheaper when you're loss of money or you lose your job. Where if you are buying a house, your house is going to go into foreclosure and you will eventually lose your house, and this will hurt you in the long run from buying a house later on. Even with these three small things, you just have to make sure you're ready, and most importantly, find a good loyal realtor. I found that out the hard way with 3 realtors. My first realtor was bidding against me and buying houses because he was an investor and would fix them up and sell them. My second realtor wasn't giving me the lowdown on really how much it took to get a house and how much money you had to put down, so I was not winning the bids. My third realtor, he told me everything straight up and told me what I needed to do to get the house. And thank God, because with this realtor, I got my dream house. Buying a home has been the most rewarding milestone in my life. I have gotten friends to do it, and I think when you want to go out on your own, it's the way to go. Thanks for listening, and I hope I've helped you make a decision on buying a house or renting.